Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Lisa and you are watching One Lisa Show. My buddy Moneypenny, my sidekick, it was there. You could see the imprint on her pillow and she has since left. She doesn't like when I set up the light or my iPad on the stand. I think it just freaks her out. And today is, I haven't done a video in a while, so I think she's even more not used to it. And yes, I haven't done a video in a while. About a week ago, there was a post on YouTube where I was hoping to put out a video last weekend, but I knew I wasn't going to do a Friday Sews. I was having some health issues. Really, I was at the hospital. I was under observation. I was being treated for an infection. Everything is fine. I'm home. This is our guest bedroom / my winter sewing space. I finally finished all the medications they sent me home with. I had a tummy ache. I had a tummy ache, and when I went in, they ran tests and I had an infection. I did not have to have surgery as of yet, knock on wood. I have some follow-up visits with doctors, but thank you for all the kind comments. I really do appreciate it. I'm starting to eat real food again. I'm very excited. Last night we made a homemade pizza for dinner, and my side was basically the bread with a sprinkle of cheese, but still it was better than mashed potatoes or chicken broth. So I'm doing well. Thanks again for all the kind words. I haven't done any sewing. In fact, I came home from the hospital. I was in the hospital for about a week. I came home from the hospital and saw a pile of patterns I had traced out. And in that time, I kind of forgot about what I had planned to do. I kept busy by doing word puzzles. I tried my hand at knitting, but my IVs didn't make it easy for me to bend my elbows. And I got to watch a lot of YouTube videos. I got to watch all my friends and what they're making, and the creativity in my head didn't stop. My brain was on. There were so many things I wanted to do, so I want to thank everybody that kept me busy without even realizing it while I was in the hospital. One of the projects that I came home to was already traced out, but not cut out, and it was New Look 6602. I forgot about this. It's not that I didn't have my Sojo. I didn't lose my Sojo. I just kind of lost what I was doing. My good friend Jennifer, she says this all the time when I talk to her. I need to get my life together. I need to get my business together. Well, right now I need to get my sewing together. I need to get my business together too, because I've had about 2 weeks off of work. And I start back at work tomorrow, and I'm really comfortable. I feel good. I don't know if I'll last a whole day, but I do want to get some time in today to cut the pattern that I traced out. And it was New Look 6602. And I cut out the pieces to make this middle shift dress with cap sleeves and nice patch pockets. Let me get it in for you so you can see it. And one of my last videos, which I had to go back and look, that's where I was at, was me planning out with this fabric. It's a 1-inch navy blue check gingham. It's really nice. It's an easy to find. I can get this constantly through Minerva if I want it, right? So why not use this? And I believe a couple of people had great suggestions. I know Sarah from Naughty Gnome Crafts also commented to place the pockets on the bias, so it's like a cross like this. Make the dress like this, make the pockets like this, so you have a little distinction, and I really liked that idea. And I believe somebody also added try piping. It might have been Sarah, might not have. So I'm going to go tomorrow. In my working, when I get a break, I'm going to run to maybe Hobby Lobby or Joann's, and I'm going to look and see if they have any piping in a nice bright contrasting color. And I'd be open for options on that. I'm kind of going to play it by ear, but part of me was thinking like a bright pink like this, or a chartreuse like a lime green would be kind of cool, or even a nice bright amber yellowish orange color would be nice too. But I wanted it to be some kind of pop of color contrast, because this is, to me, like it's navy blue. It's very neutral, basic, And it just added detail to have around the pockets and possibly somewhere else, maybe the hem or the neckline. I just touched my microphone, so I'm sorry if that made a noise. So that was on my agenda. Oddly enough, I traced out the size that was one size smaller. And I think in my last video I said I know I'm going to be losing some weight because I'm getting the Invisalign, I'm getting my bite corrected. I had some baby teeth removed. That was right before I ended up in the hospital. I do not think it was related. Just a weird turn of events. So I'm finally starting to get used to food. This week I go in and have my first visit with the orthodontist since the consultation and them scanning my mouth and doing x-rays. My gums are healed. Finally, the stitches have been removed, so that has been a very good thing. Also, since there was no sewing to report, I only have Sewing Future to talk about. Our county fair is rapidly approaching. It's the first week in August. I think it's the first Friday in August is traditionally when it starts, which means items are due. I enter the fair every year. I even entered the fair the year I had leukemia and I was in the hospital getting chemo. I entered the fair. I entered one item and I got a blue ribbon. Look at this. I can tell you it was a banana layered frosted cake. And I made my cake ahead of time because I knew I was not going to be able to do it. And we froze it. And my boyfriend had to drop it off. And I got first place. So I was really chuffed that year. I felt like God was giving me a win that year. And I needed it at that time of my life. But I don't miss the fair. I usually do baked goods. And I have done some crocheted and some knitting items in the past. But it's really rare that I do so. This year I decided to enter two sewing items, a woman's blouse and a woman's casual dress. So now I'm going through my wardrobe. Which items do I want to enter? One blouse, one dress. It has to be made in the last 12 months. So I have my book from January 1st of what I've made. There's a couple of Melio blouses I think are really nice that I have that I was considering entering. The dress, I'm a little torn on which dress to enter. I'm a little torn on it, and part of me thinks maybe if I make something in the next 2 weeks, I could enter that if it's better. Because a lot of the garments I've made, I've worn well. Once I make something I love, I tend to wear it and wear it. Today I'm wearing my So Frugal make, which was the Plantain Tee, a free pattern by Deer and Dope. And I just sewed a bunch of scraps and then used that to make my shirt. And I love my shirt. I love this shirt. I wear it all the time. I fell in love with it once it was finished. So now I wear it. I've worn it to work. I love it. The best part of the fair is I turn in my stuff. I want to say it's in 2 weeks. I have to turn in on a Friday my sewing items. So I have some time, but I don't want to delay. I'm going to go through my wardrobe and see what I've made that I really like. And I think I'm going to post that in a couple of days and see if I can get some opinions. But if you can think of something that I've made in the past year that stood out to you, please put it in the comments and I will read that and take it into consideration for sure. Even though I'm planning to cut out the pattern pieces for this dress, the gingham dress, to go through it and see how I like making it, I was still looking through my pattern stash, looking for something to give me a little bit of inspiration. One pattern I have not made yet that popped and I wanted to share it with you was Simplicity 9371, and it is a 1960s reprint vintage pattern, and it is another type of shift dress. It looks like it does feature some princess seams. I don't know if I'll make the long sleeve version. I don't know if I'll make this anytime soon, but when it spoke to me and I bought it, and then it sat in a box. And so it's in my stash. I'm going to show you the line drawings on the back because I think it's pretty cool. I do like this back belt type gathered detail. I think that's smart. I'm thinking I might make view C. I might not do the buttons, so kind of like a view B without that detachable collar. I do like this. It's very similar to the dress I'm going to be making next. There's something about the 1960s for me. And for all those that watch this channel, you've probably caught on that is part of my fashion sense is heavily weighed on what I see from that time period. Anywho, that's what's going on in my world. So I haven't done a lot of sewing, and I'm getting better. So thanks for everybody's support. Thanks for keeping me busy in the hospital. I hope you find time to explore your creativity, and I look forward to chatting again soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.